Hey, Pastor, we're up here on the top of your roof. Just go over a few things with you so you see what you got on what everything looks like yourself. But basically, you got a rock roof, a gravel covered roof. This is a spray foam roof. It was something that people tried in the 80s and 90s. But anyway, they spray foam up here and then they cover it with the rock to protect it, you know, from deteriorating. So the sun doesn't deteriorate the foam. But you see these little holes all over the roof, just where bubbles of foam have deteriorated. So you got them here. But anyway, so these holes now, or these bubbles in the foam now, are just ponds for water. They're catching the water, and it's just pooling up here and getting into the roof. So with this whole roof top here, the only thing you can do is scrape all the rock off, start over, and you have, you know, there's nothing to repair here. I mean, somebody could maybe pour some hard tar on it, but that's nothing we do. But we could put a roof on here if that's something that, you know, you guys want to do. So this little section on the back, or on the front, very front of the church, that's kind of deteriorated. It is in bad shape. You're going to have to replace the shingles on here. You see your metal flashings pulling away from the wall, so water's running down behind that. On the top here, there's just, as you can see, there's just a big hole right in here. Water's just running in there, whether you know it or not. The metal's loose, and then water's just running down in that big hole. So, I mean, just again, there's no getting away from it. You got to tear all the shingles off, replace all that bad wood, you know, especially over there on the front. Just the only way to fix it. You can't patch it or tar it on that section. Now on your main roof, I mean, it's definitely an older shingle, an older product, but it's, you know, I can't say the shingles themselves are leaking. So the ridge, somebody did good. They put screws with washers on them, so water's not running in the ridge of your roof right now. So anyway, in general, I don't think you got a big problem here with big leaking on your main roof over your office area. But I'll stop at a couple places. I think you're having some leaks back here in the back. What did I see here? Oh yeah. So I mean, there are a few areas that maybe can be repaired if you're not looking to replace the whole roof. But you'll see this shingle here is just torn, so water's running in here. Up under here, you see the nails are rusted, so water's definitely running in the nails and getting in your roof, causing you a leak in there. Then just lifting up, you know, that nail's not really rusted, so it's okay there. But again, you go below it, and those nails are pretty rusty down there. So anytime you get rusty nails, you know water's getting to it, even if it's under a good shingle like that. So you may end up having, you know, long-term more problems. So I think you're having a couple more leaks here in the very back. But again, those nails are not rusting. You're looking good there. But here, you know, for no reason, these nails are well hidden and they're getting rusty. So the shingles look fine in this area over those ladies' offices. But I just can't say 100% you're going to be able to fix those leaks unless you lift every shingle and try and glue them. But just somehow the water's getting to those nails, causing some leaks there. Here on the front, near the conference center, where the skylights are, I think that little hallway you brought me to said you had a leak, and I think it was somewhere in this area. You can see where somebody's been up here, tried to squirt some caulk in here. There's a nail pushing up, lifting up the shingle, so that's causing a leak. And then they've tried to patch a little bit more here and here. So we could maybe tear up a couple shingles, try and make sure that that's definitely fixed. Again, the skylights are very old. They put a lot of tar around them, trying to prevent them from leaking. But there's definitely an old, 25-year old or more roof up here. And I just want to give you an overview of what you're really looking like up here. Flashing on this wall looks good for you. No complaints here for you. But I don't think you have any leaks in the wall either. Now this is over the walkway outside, kind of what you're looking like out here. See water's ponding there. Well, you got tar in here where the seam is, and so water's running under there, getting in. This whole flat roof section just needs to be tore off and redone with new flat roof material. You're just going to continue to have water leaking in there. There's no way of patching the seams that are that old. And anyway, we're not going to just squirt some new tar up there and hope it doesn't leak. The only way to do it proper is to tear it off and just redo that part of the rubber roof for you. And if we do, well, we'll talk about that later. Now, in the very back of your building, I think that was one of the first places you showed me where the storage room area is. Anyway, so again, the shingles don't look bad back here, but as soon as you come through the doorway, we're right here. What you got going on is your flashing is pulling away. Water's getting in here, running down this crack, getting up under your flashing, up under the shingles, and leaking in there on this wall where, again, the water's running down this brick wall, getting here, hitting these gaps in the metal, and get behind your under your shingles and leaking there. So again, we got to get the gutters tightened back up, number one, so there's not so much water back here. But we need to replace the flashing on this whole wall, or add new flashing, just a bigger piece of metal running down the whole wall and covering the shingles up for about 6 or 8 inches so the water cannot go behind that wall anymore. But very confident that's where your leaks are. It's just the flashing on this wall. Shingles seem to be holding up. You don't have any leaks in the room from the shingles, but definitely from the wall there.